Have you ever felt the weight of loss so heavy that it makes you question everything? The pain of losing someone dear, watching a dream slip away, or facing an unimaginable trial can leave us feeling empty and broken. But what if I told you that your losses in this world, no matter how difficult or heartbreaking, are not the end of the story? What if I told you that heaven, the eternal paradise promised by Allah, is ready to repay you for every moment of suffering, every tear, and every sacrifice you've made? In Islam, loss is not just something we endure. It is a test, one that has the potential to lead us to something far greater than what we have lost. Allah promises that for every hardship we face in this life, there is an unimaginable reward waiting for us in the hereafter. Heaven, with all its eternal beauty and blessings, is prepared to welcome us with open arms, to repay us for our patience, our faith, and our resilience. In today's video, we will dive deep into this incredible promise from Allah. We'll explore how losses are not punishments, but pathways to spiritual elevation, and how Allah, in His infinite mercy, has prepared a reward for us in Jannah that no earthly loss could ever compare to. So, if you're grieving, struggling, or feeling like the weight of your losses is too much to bear, remember this: heaven is waiting to repay you for everything. Stay with us as we uncover the beautiful promise Allah has made to each and every one of us. The reward of patience, more than just compensation. When we experience loss, it's easy to become overwhelmed with grief and despair. We wonder if the pain will ever end, or if it's possible to make sense of the hardship. But what Islam teaches us is far more profound than simply enduring loss. It teaches us the incredible reward of patience, and how this reward goes far beyond mere compensation. Allah's promise is that patience will lead to not only healing, but also an eternal reward in the hereafter that exceeds our expectations. Patience, in the Islamic tradition, is not a passive state of waiting for things to improve. Instead, it is an active, conscious choice to maintain faith in Allah and to continue trusting in His wisdom even when life seems unfair or overwhelming. It's the ability to say, I don't understand why this is happening, but I trust in Allah's plan for me. It's the strength to rise above the sorrow and maintain hope in the face of adversity. And, as Allah promises in the Quran, this kind of patience will never go unrewarded. Say, on my behalf, O my servants who believe, fear your Lord. Those who do good deeds in this world will have a good return, and the earth of Allah is wide. Certainly, those who observe patience will be given their reward in full without measure. The reward for patience is beyond counting. Allah will give us a reward that is limitless, a reward that is so vast that we cannot even imagine its extent. This means that our suffering is not just compensated, it is multiplied, magnified, and rewarded in ways that transcend the world we know. For each tear that falls, each moment of frustration, and each moment when we choose to hold on to our faith in Allah, we are building something far greater than we could ever imagine. Patience is a concept that is deeply embedded in the teachings of Islam, and the Quran contains numerous references to it. In fact, some of the most profound stories in Islamic history revolve around those who endured incredible hardship with patience and received immense rewards from Allah. Their stories offer us a source of inspiration and motivation to continue facing our trials with strength and trust in Allah's plan. Patience is not just an abstract concept. It's a powerful tool that strengthens our relationship with Allah. It's an opportunity to earn rewards that will last for eternity. The reward for patience is not limited to the afterlife. It also manifests in this world. When we choose to be patient, we find that our hearts become calmer, our faith grows stronger, and our connection with Allah deepens. We experience peace that transcends our circumstances, because our hearts are anchored in the knowledge that Allah is always with us. This inner peace, in itself, is a form of reward that Allah grants those who patiently endure. No matter what happens, we can rely on Allah. He is our protector and our ultimate source of peace. When we place our trust in Him, we are rewarded with serenity and strength to face whatever comes our way. Patience is not about suppressing our emotions or pretending that we aren't hurting. It's about choosing to rely on Allah and trusting that His plan is always the best plan. The true reward of patience, therefore, is not just the relief from the pain of loss. It is the transformation of our hearts and spirits. It is the knowledge that we are becoming stronger, more resilient, and more connected to Allah. It is the comfort of knowing that we are building an eternal legacy in the hereafter, a reward so great that it can never be fully measured. The ultimate reward. Jannah. In Islam, the concept of Jannah, or paradise, is more than just a place of beauty. It is the ultimate reward promised by Allah to those who endure hardship, persevere with patience, and remain true to their faith. For anyone who has experienced loss, the idea that a greater reward awaits in the hereafter is one of the most comforting and motivating truths we can hold on to. Jannah is the reward for every struggle, every tear, and every moment of perseverance. It is not just a compensation for the losses we face in this world. It is the most magnificent, eternal gift that Allah has prepared for His faithful servants. The first thing to remember about Jannah is that it is a place where there is no loss, no pain, no sadness, only eternal joy and contentment. In this world, we experience the loss of loved ones, the pain of heartache, the uncertainty of the future, and the sorrow of unfulfilled desires. But in Jannah, Allah promises us that all of these sufferings will be wiped away. Every moment in Jannah will be filled with indescribable joy and satisfaction, free from any form of discomfort. All the losses we endure in this life will be compensated with something far greater and beyond what we could ever hope for or dream of, and will give them, in return for their patience, paradise and garments of silk. It speaks of the gardens of paradise, where the righteous will be rewarded with lush greenery, flowing rivers, and beautiful, comfortable surroundings. The people of Jannah will wear fine silk garments, enjoying a life of beauty and luxury that is far beyond anything we have ever experienced. When we look at the ultimate reward of Jannah, it is essential to recognize that the greatest gift in paradise is the pleasure of Allah Himself. All of the blessings of Jannah, its rivers, gardens, palaces, and luxurious comforts, are nothing compared to the blessing of being in the presence of Allah. The reward of Jannah is reserved for those who endure life's hardships with patience and gratitude. As we discussed earlier, patience is a key quality in Islam that leads to immense rewards, and Jannah is the culmination of this. But it is not just about patience. It's also about being grateful to Allah, even in times of difficulty. Gratitude and patience go hand in hand, and those who exhibit both will find their place in paradise. Loss is inevitable in this life, and it comes in many forms: the death of loved ones, the loss of health, the failure of plans, or the feeling of being far from Allah. However, these losses are never without purpose in Islam. Through them, Allah teaches us to detach from the fleeting nature of this world and to focus on the eternal rewards of the hereafter. The losses we face in life are meant to purify us, to test our faith, and to strengthen our resolve. Every loss can serve as a reminder of the ultimate goal, Jannah. When we look at it this way, we begin to realize that the pain of loss in this world is not the end of the story. It is merely a stepping stone towards something far greater. And in Jannah, all the tears, the pain, and the heartache we experienced in this life will be erased, and we will experience eternal joy and peace. Why does Allah test us with loss? One of the most profound and frequently asked questions regarding the trials of life is, why does Allah test us with loss? It's a question that many ponder during moments of grief, hardship, and loss. Whether it's the death of a loved one, the loss of a job, a failed dream, or even personal struggles that leave us feeling defeated. At times, the weight of our loss may feel unbearable, and the mind wonders why Allah, in His infinite mercy and wisdom, allows us to experience such pain. The answer to this question lies deeply in our understanding of Allah's wisdom, His divine plan, and the purpose of life itself. Loss is not a random event, nor is it a form of punishment from Allah. Instead, Allah tests us with loss as part of His divine wisdom, with the goal of purifying our souls, strengthening our faith, and drawing us closer to Him. In Islam, life is viewed as a temporary journey, and everything we experience is a test, a means through which Allah determines our sincerity, our resilience, and our devotion. Loss is an inevitable part of this journey, and Allah, in His infinite wisdom, uses it as a way to purify and elevate us. Surely we will test you with a bit of fear and hunger, and loss in wealth and lives and fruits, and give good tidings to the patient. Tests, including losses, are a way for Allah to purify us. He uses hardship to cleanse our hearts from pride, arrogance, and attachment to the material world, helping us to focus on what truly matters, our relationship with Him. Loss serves as a reminder that we do not have control over our lives. Allah is the one who determines our fate, and by accepting His will, we are granted blessings and mercy beyond measure. When we lose something, we are faced with a choice: to despair and turn away from Allah, or to remain patient, trust in His plan, and seek His reward. The latter choice, as mentioned in the verse above, earns us Allah's mercy and leads us to the right path. Another reason why Allah tests us with loss is to cultivate within us gratitude and humility. When we experience loss, we are forced to acknowledge the fleeting nature of this world and the transience of everything around us. We realize that nothing is permanent, not our wealth, our status, our health, nor even our loved ones. Loss teaches us humility because we are reminded that we are not in control. It also teaches us to be grateful for what we still have, because nothing is guaranteed. The trials of loss help us appreciate Allah's blessings even more: our health, our family, our provisions, things we often take for granted in times of ease. Another reason why Allah tests us with loss is to strengthen our faith and bring us closer to Him. Trials and hardships are not meant to break us. They are meant to build us, to help us grow spiritually and emotionally. Allah promises in the Quran that every test has a purpose, and He does not burden us beyond what we can bear. When we face loss, our response reflects the strength of our faith. In times of hardship, we turn to Allah with our prayers, our supplications, and our trust in His plan. It is through these moments of struggle that our connection with Allah deepens. Loss can be a turning point where we either grow spiritually or become distant from our Creator. It's an opportunity for us to reflect on the purpose of life, to seek forgiveness, and to renew our commitment to Allah. One of the most powerful reasons why Allah tests us with loss is that these trials are a means of securing our place in Janna. In the hereafter, the reward for those who endured hardship with patience and trust in Allah will be far greater than anything they experienced in this world. Loss in this world becomes a bridge to eternal happiness in the hereafter. Allah, in His mercy, uses these tests as a way to cleanse us and prepare us for the eternal reward of Jannah. While the question of why Allah tests us with loss is natural, the answer lies in understanding that Allah's tests are always out of His infinite wisdom and mercy. Loss is not meant to break us, it is meant to purify us, to strengthen our faith, to cultivate gratitude, and to guide us towards the ultimate reward of Jannah. Through loss, we learn to rely on Allah, to trust in His plan, and to seek His mercy. The challenges we face are not punishments, but opportunities for growth, for reflection, and for drawing closer to our Creator. So, when we face loss in life, we must remind ourselves that it is a part of Allah's plan. Allah knows what is best for us, and every trial is an opportunity to earn His pleasure. The wisdom behind these tests may not always be clear to us, but we trust that Allah, in His infinite wisdom, has something greater in store for us in the hereafter. I hope today's video has brought you comfort and reminded you of the incredible reward Allah has promised for every loss, every struggle, and every moment of hardship you faced. Remember, no pain is ever in vain. Every trial you endure with patience and faith is one step closer to the ultimate reward of Janna, where Allah's mercy and blessings are beyond our imagination. So, keep your head high and your heart full of trust in Allah's plan, because heaven is set to repay you for your losses in ways that will far surpass anything you've ever lost in this world. The promise is clear. Your reward is waiting. If this video has touched your heart, please like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers. Share this message of hope with others who need to hear it, and let's grow together on this beautiful journey of faith. Until next time, may Allah grant you peace, strength, and the best of rewards in this life and the next.